Hi everyone, my name is Amaya Monet Parker, and today is June 1st. Um, Usually my dad will be the one hosting the show, but today is our first youth takeover, and as the youth director at the Ethel Zachary Foundation, I am still a youth, so I decided that I should start it off. Well, my dad decided it. Um, Before we start, I would like to just open us up in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we first want to ask you to forgive us for anything we may have said, done, or thought that is not pleasing to you. I ask, Father God, that you continue to cover us. I thank you, Lord God, just for the opportunity to be here today, the opportunity to spread knowledge to even just the slightest bit of people. I ask, Father, that you continue to touch the foundation and continue to allow it to grow and to prosper and to change lives. In Jesus' name I do pray. Amen. So today we were supposed to have a special guest that kind of fell through. So we're going to have Dr. Nicola Mitchell, who is the founder of Girls Who Do Brunch. Um, Girls Who Do Brunch is a program that is to cultivate, inspire, and empower at-risk girls between the ages of 9 to 17 years old. Hopefully, we'll be able to have her on the show in a future date. Now, I would just like to thank all of our sponsors as the Bethana Community Center, Cultural Exchange, DocuCare Copy Service, Foods from Heaven. I just got information that a tip that she is here. So we will be having her today. Praise God. I was really excited to speak with her. The topic that we'll be covering is social justice discrimination. And she will be coming on in just a few moments. So back to thanking our sponsors. I would like to thank the Bethana Community Center, Cultural Exchange, DocuCare Copy Service, Foods from Heaven, Girls Who Brunch Tour, Lighthouse Church International, Scoop USA Media, Telly's Glam, and Philadelphia Kappa Silhouettes. Thank you all for your generous donations, your support. It really means a lot in growing the foundation to something bigger. On a later note, we have news for today, which is not that uplifting, but a man died after being shot by the police while an officer is recovering after being shot in the hand during a struggle inside a home in Philadelphia Kensington neighborhood, officials have said. A 3-alarm junkyard fire that broke out in Philadelphia on Wednesday has been placed under control. Fire officials tweeted that the massive blaze was placed under control just before 5 p.m. And on the brighter side of news, on Saturday, the Philadelphia Youth Office will be hosting a Youth Unity Walk, which everyone should come out to. It is from 11 to 2 p.m. Starts at the Leacourt Center, and it is ending at City Hall, I believe. I have been invited to be one of the speakers, so if you are interested in coming, please come out. It is completely free. It is a lot going on in the city that is impacting you, so I feel like in order for change to happen, we need to get out there, show up, and actually be dedicated to making change. So here's a small way that you can try to start change and to initiate it by just showing up. Now, before we have our guest, I just want to introduce some people who may not be that familiar with the organization to what Ethel Zachary is. The foundation is to educate and cultivate through literature, arts, history, and worldview to the youth, to inner city youth. to provide the pathway to rise from poverty, discrimination, and social injustices of the inner city streets. We provide services of social justice, unity, self-assurance to people that live in the city urban communities. We do different programs, we feed the community, toy drives. We have our annual youth summit coming up, which is very important. Um, it is July 22nd, be hosted by Amani Parker, my sister. We will have 4 speakers for the youth summit. Last year, we had a really good turnout for our first summit, in my opinion. This year, please come out, please support. It is very good information. A lot of people think that the best thing that you can get is money. I disagree. The best thing that you can get is knowledge, because you can have money and be a fool. But if you have knowledge, you will know the wisdom and how to operate your life. And that's what we want to do for the youth. We want to give them wisdom to avoid the scenarios that adults in their lives may have ran into in their lives. We don't want to continue that same pattern. So with the Youth Summit, it's just an uplifting conference for youth to attend. Yeah, so I feel like you should come out. You should support. It will be fun. Refreshments are provided, and community service hours are also provided to students in the Philadelphia School District. I don't know how other school districts do it, but I know on the safer side, the Philadelphia School District does require community service hours. So come out July 22nd to the Youth Summit. It will be hosted at Bethana Community Center. Please come out, support. You do not want to miss it. So, on that note, we would like to bring in our guest, Dr. Nicola Mitchell. Hi, Miss Mitchell. How are you doing? Oh, she's muted.
I am in a bad area. I'm sorry, I'm driving. I thought it was tomorrow, but I did not want to miss it. So I was like, let me still get on. I'm trying to find a good place to pull over though.
It's okay. I
So
really do appreciate you still coming on to talk with us.
yes, ma'am. I'm trying, Queen. So yes, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Today was my last final in my high
Oh,
school career, so I'm very excited about that.
congratulations. When is
Thank
graduation?
Graduation is June 12th. Yes, graduation is June 12th.
That's what's up. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yay. So how can I help you? What are we talking about today, Queen?
So today we'll be talking about social justice discrimination,
Uh-huh.
and I have a few questions to ask you, but we can wait for you to get settled if that's what you prefer before we ask the question. Before I ask the questions.
Did you hear me?
Oh no, I didn't hear
I
you.
said I said I can talk until I pull over. So you can go ahead and ask your questions.
Okay, well first, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, my name is Dr. Nicola Mitchell. I am the founder of Girls Who Brunch Tour. I'm a writer. I have 18 books. I've helped over 1,000 authors. So I know how to do this. I've helped over 1,000 authors publish their books, and what else have I done? We've serviced over 38,000 girls worldwide. With my organization, we take girls rescued from the sex trade, girls in group home, girls in foster care, and we put them with girls from a better circumstance and give them a girls
Hmm.
empowerment conference. So this weekend just past was our fundraising gala. We brought in girls from across the country. We had a celebrity basketball game and a tutus and tennis shoes gala. So just coming off of that, making sure taking care of everything. So it's been pretty dope. So that's a
That
little bit about me.
that actually sounds really nice. I would like to
Yeah.
go to your next one.
Okay, it's always Memorial Day weekend. So if you want to come down to be a presenter or something, you can come down.
Okay. So the first question that we have is, tell us about a situation with discrimination that has changed your life as a child.
Oh, wow. I have a bunch of those situations. I'm from Jamaica, and my parents are Caribbean. They're from Cuba and Belize, and a lot of people, when I moved to Vegas, never, heard of those countries. And so I was already treated like an outsider when I came to America. And then, being having the Afro Latina background and things like that too, I was just really isolated. And it wasn't just with white people, it was with black people as well, because they just didn't know. And, but my biggest thing of discrimination was I got pulled over for doing 5 miles over the speed limit with my two daughters in the car. And the police officer pulled me over, had me get out the car. I was sitting on the curb, handcuffed, as he was running my name with my girls with me. And the thing was, this is not normal, but I
Mm-hmm.
seen it happen so often that it became normal to me in Las Vegas, because that's just how they treat us. And it wasn't until I left. There's brutality and things that happen everywhere, but it's to that magnitude, like just for a traffic stop to be pulled out the car with two little babies in the car. Um, it's kind of worse, I feel like, in Las Vegas, but it did prepare me now for things when I went to different cities and different countries of how the police may be.
So, in that situation, did they give you a reason to why they handcuffed you, or they just like pulled you out the car?
They just pulled me out the car. They was like, "You gotta get out the car," just to run my name.
Oh wow.
I had no warrants. I had no guns. My daughters are 4.5 years apart. So my oldest was like maybe 5 or 6, and my youngest was like 1.5.
How long ago did that happen?
Oh, my children are old now. They're
Oh wow.
29. My girls are 29 and 25, but 24, 29, 24. But yeah, it was a while ago. But I've had so many different situations like that happen since then.
Dang, that's really crazy because my mind instantly went to like it happened in present day because so much of that stuff happens now. Like it's becoming like a everyday thing. That's
Hmm.
really sad.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
that's especially that happens to like the youth and especially in Philadelphia. Um and that kind of leads us into our next question. From your perspective, how does discrimination among youth affect you today? And like the work that you've done and the youth that you may have had encounters with?
Discrimination among youth is a big deal for me today because I deal with so many girls and just youth, period, who are trying to get jobs, who may be rescued from the sex trade, girls in foster care, and they're automatically judged already. Black girls are always over sexualized and over criminalized anyway, period,
Mm-hmm.
right? So um, you're already dealing with that stigma. So if they do something wrong, it's oh they deserve it, or that's something that was supposed to happen to them because they're black girls or black women, and it's not looking at the situation where they came from. I have girls whose parents don't even know how to clean themselves, right? Or so let alone trying to train somebody how to be a upstanding citizen. Is how can you expect that? So when things happen, when our girls do end up running away or in situations, instead of automatically putting oh, they're fast, they're grown, they're this, they're that, I want people to humanize them. I wrote a book called What Was I Supposed to Do? And I wrote it from the sense of a girl who's been through things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you get to know the character and see all the stuff that she's been through on the back end, maybe you'll humanize her and have empathy. And but that's what a lot of people lack when it comes to black girls. Well, black kids, period, but especially black girls.
when you said that black girls are extremely adultified, it reminded me of a study by the GGENYC, and it said that black girls at the youngest age of 5 are adultified and sexualized. And
Mm-hmm.
that kind of made me have a question for you. It's like, when you deal with those cases with like black girls who run away and things of that sort, like, how do you talk to them about their reality in the world as a black girl, like being adultified and like sexualized, and like how to navigate that?
Well, first of all, you got to meet them where they are, because a lot of times too, when girls are prostituted, right, or trafficked, they were broken in to do that, right? So that they were either raped repeatedly, beaten, put on drugs, things like that. So when they come out of it, right, people just expect, oh, we got them out of there. We got a good home now. They should be okay, and that's not the case, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I just try to meet them where they are. I tell them my truths. I was raped multiple times when I was uh it started when I was 14 to 15 years old. I was raped 4 times. Things happened to me, and I'm honest. I'm like, look, I understand, but for if you want change, you have to create the change.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can care about you more than you do, you know? And we have to work together. But I think a lot of times too, what people do because of those situations, they're like, oh, they're fast. I have a 10-year-old little girl. We had got a hotel in Chicago, the Grand Hotel motel shut down because she was 10 and she was trafficked 4 times out of this hotel. And the police, one of the times, came and picked her up, and the housekeeper called. She was with a 44-year-old man. Housekeeper called, and the police picked her up and took her home. Let the guy go.
Mm.
She's 10. I don't care how grown a 10-year-old could look. She's 10. So I think, I just try to let the girls understand you have to protect yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
You can't wait for somebody else to protect you. I say that all the time. I'm not with you all the time, and everybody don't love you like I do. So you have to protect you. You have to protect you first. And how do you protect yourself? By listening, by not being all the way offensive, defensive all the time. Because sometimes too, they look at that as when you're getting hot headed in situations. Oh, she's automatically wrong. No, you have to show them. Speak with your head up. You have to protect yourself. You have to do these things, and it's sad that we have to do these things,
It
but
is.
we do have to. And I'm gonna educate you if somebody else don't, because I want to see you live to be 25, 35, 45. So, but it takes a village. It's sad though, because there's so many. I have so many cases, so many different situations, but I just try to meet them where they are, because you can't handle everyone the same way. You just got to handle with that padded gloves. When you open the oven and it's hot, you got to get that pot out with the pan out with those gloves on. I just handle them with mitts. May not be the same mitt, but I handle them all with mitts.
I really, really, really salute you for the work that you do, because, like, that's just taking on someone else's burden, on top of like the things that you went through to try to help them process the situations that they're in. And black girls, we go through so much in society, and when we talk or express ourselves, people sometimes say that we are being dramatic, or that we are being like disrespectful, and it comes from like this idea that we're adultifying. And I really just am really appreciative as a black girl of the work that you do for other black girls, which are um girls who do brunch tour. And that goes into my next question, which is, what is the impact that the girls who do brunch tour has on young girls? And if any, do you have any stories? Well, you don't have to like give any names or anything, where girls were able to, confide in you and like change or transform, or you know.
Yeah. So girls who brunch is just girls who brunch. And what we do, we give them a brunch. It's like a high end girl women empowerment conference. So we bring in activations. We have different speakers, performers, brunch. We have red carpets. We have just a whole bunch of fun things for them, a beauty lounge. And we're just letting them have fun, but we're subliminally teaching them at the same time. They're learning how to protect themselves. So I do safety training. I have human trafficking awareness. I have financial literacy sessions. It's all over the place. But it's a fast paced 4 hour event, and by the end of the day they're going to come out filled with education. And then we do things once a quarter in these different cities to keep the momentum going. I have a lot of stories. Like I said, the little girl that I just told you, the 10-year-old, that's one of my kids. I have girls that I met in jail. I go into different facilities where girls are certified as adults and give them the same program and help them get out. I have girls who are in went to college now that the when I met them may have been in really horrible situations. I actually moved kids into college. If a parent or somebody sucks and they're whatever, I'll fly into the city. I have a broken foot and I flew into Indianapolis to take a baby to homecoming, and it
Mm-hmm.
was so crazy. Lifetime, they just did a movie about my life, but I was going to Indianapolis with this broken foot. And when Lifetime reached out to me, and I remember speaking to my mentor, my the writer Zane, and I was telling her, I was like, "Is this real?" Blah blah blah, and she was like, "Yes." Why would they want to do a movie about me? She was like, "Okay." She was like, if you heard somebody say they have a broken foot with a boot on, and they're flying out of town to take a little girl to homecoming, do her hair and that. When you say she's a great person, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I guess so. She was like, yeah, so you deserve to have a movie. But sometimes when you're the one that's providing the service and doing the work, you don't see it as work. Cause I don't. I don't look at it as work. I just look at it as this is my purpose. I'm supposed to do this.
Right.
Yeah. But I have stories for days. 38,000.
Wow. Oh, here's the movie right here for anybody who wants to check it out. Um,
Yeah.
that is really inspirational. Like really, 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 really. You do deserve a movie for going out of your way to make sure that black girls feel secure and safe and protected at all times. You do deserve a movie. You deserve
Thank you.
multiple awards.
Thank
Um,
you.
my question is, do you have like in doing this work, do you come across like have you spoken to like any city council people, legislators about things that they can do regarding black girls and like shifting the narrative on the way that the community sees black girls and the way that policy targets black girls? Or do you keep it more so just one on one with the girls themselves?
Oh no, you got to hit it every direction. And my organization is worldwide, so we're in Saint Lucia, we're in Africa, um, we're in Toronto, we're in Canada. So it's like you have to different. Every area is different.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to figure out what the problem is in that area and try to create a solution. But I talk to all kind of people, and I have like the mayor. I have I'm doing New Orleans for Essence Festival. The mayor of New Orleans is going to be there, and we talk about things. I've had congresswomen. I've had so many different people, and we talk about it. I'm on so many different initiatives, um, fighting for girls. So yeah, I do that too.
I'm sorry, I'm just really like in awe because like the work that I've started doing like with like advocacy has been like gender based violence work, like
Mm-hmm.
um working on like um girls who experience like abuse in relationships, like domestic abuse, and like studies on that and stuff. So to talk to you, someone who's like made an organization for black girls who go through similar things, is really just like it's amazing.
So my organization is for all girls, because there's abuse in for every girl.
Right.
But I protect Black girls because I'm a Black girl first,
Mhm.
and I have a movement called Protect Black Girls because I can protect everybody, but I have to for sure protect Black girls because I'm a Black girl.
Right. And to sum it up, my last question just has to be, what advice do you have for any inner city children about social justice regarding discrimination, or for girls who may be in and for girls who may be in these situations? What advice do you have for them?
As long as you have breath in your body, you have the ability to change your circumstance. I tell myself that. I tell every girl that, every man that. As long as you have breath in your body, you have the ability to change your circumstance. It does not matter. You control it. I'm a girl that came from Jamaica. I'm a girl who was living in the hood, who did not have anything. I am now a doctor. I have the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. I've been in Forest Bucket. I've been in everything. I have a whole movie about my life. All this because I believed in me. So as long as you have breath in your body, you have the opportunity to change your circumstance and also to protect you. Stop waiting for other people to protect you. You have to protect you.
Thank you so much for that. And real quick before you go, we have a question for you. And someone asks,
Hmm.
do you work with parents as well?
I sure do, child. Cause we can't. The girls can't. We can't do all this work for the girls and going back home to hell. So
Hmm.
we work with the parents. When the girls are in session, the parents are in session too.
That that's
Yes,
amazing.
ma'am.
That is amazing. I want to thank you so much for coming here and talking with us today. I really, really, really appreciate it. You do really amazing
Oh,
work.
you're welcome. You're welcome. Anything for you, Queen. Just let me know. Next time I'll be cute for you because I thought this was tomorrow. I have no makeup on. I got my gym clothes on. I got you.
You are
Pat me on the
okay.
back. I'll be cute for you. I got
Well,
you.
thank you so much for coming again. Thank you so much. And I hope this isn't our last time.
Oh, it won't be. I'll see you next year at the gala.
Yes, you will. Okay, have a good day.
Bye, Queen. You too.
Okay, that was Miss Mitchell, everybody. I'm really, really, really in awe. She's an amazing person. Um, and like she was saying, as long as you have breath in your body, you can do it. You can do whatever it is that you set your mind to. Like literally, never doubt yourself. Anything that you want to achieve, you can achieve it. I don't want to get spiritual, but you can do anything through Christ. You can get out of that situation. Trust me, it is only temporary. Um, I'm just blown away. That is really amazing work. Now we will have my other sister, Ambrielle Parker, join us for a moment in Black history. Thank you. Okay, well, while we're waiting with Ambrielle, we have our birthday shout out. Um, Not sure if we have any birthdays for this month, but if it's your birthday this month, happy birthday. We would like to honor and celebrate you here at the foundation. We do not have any youth for today. I'm pretty sure we don't have anyone for today. Um, we're still waiting on Ambrielle. What's going on? Sorry about that, everyone. But while we wait, we will talk about some youth leaders, 16 young Black Americans who are making history right now. And the reason why I decided to talk about this is because sometimes as a young person, even as an older person, you can feel discouraged and you can oftentimes compare yourself to the situation or to the things that are going on and happening in your environment. However, you are not a factor of your environment, and you can be the change that you want to see. You can make history at 5, 4, 45, 55, 65, however old you may be, you can make a change. God didn't limit using people because of how old they were. So, our first Black young American who's making history is Marley Diaz. She is the girl who started the 1,000 Black Girl Books campaign when she was just 10 years old. She now has her own book Netflix series, and she has books featuring Black girls who are the protagonists. Next, we have Quill Lemons, who is 23, and he's the youngest photographer to shoot a Vanity Fair cover. And I just want to mention that all of these people are Black children. Black children, by the way. The youngest photographer to shoot a Vanity Fair, he's worked with Young Ma, Chloe X Haley, and Billie Eilish. That is really, really amazing. Next, we have Amanda Gorman, and I'm pretty sure everyone is familiar with her. She's 22 years old. She is the youngest Black poet, the youngest poet actually to speak at the inauguration. I feel like that in itself is a huge accomplishment. We're gonna skip to the sports section. Nicholas Jackson is 13 and made history in 2020 as a junior bull riding champion. I thought that was impressive because it is extremely hard to ride a bull. I never did it, but I'm telling you, it is hard if it's anything like riding a horse or anything like that. He is the youngest bull riding champion as of 2020. Quentin Byfield, 18, became the highest drafted Black hockey player in NHL history. That deserves a round of applause at just 18 years old. And he's a Black boy as well. Okay, I just got intel that Bree is on, so we're going to be wrapping this up pretty soon. So we can skip to our last two. Young Black voters in Georgia were decisive in state and national races. Ages 18 to 29 were the main voter turnout, and that made history in Georgia because, of course, because of things due to like segregation and voters voting laws in that state. So to see so many Black youth turn out and change the outcome of the election made history in itself. Our last one before Embryal joins. Deja Taylor, 17, was honored for creating a color-changing searchers that detects infection. She conducted research for a year to develop the potentially life-saving invention and enter her final project onto the Regional Science Talent Search. She earned $25,000 and a chance to win the final competition. Her research, the thing that she made, can help change the advancements in the science community. A young Black girl, 17 years old. So, if this can say anything about yourself. Do not limit yourself to what people say about you or to what you think the expectation is on you. You can make history and you can change a field that is primarily for adults. So, that was our youth leaders for today. Next, we will have Embryel join us for our moment in Black history. Hey, Bree.
Hello. I apologize for my lateness. The time got I didn't know what the time was. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Um, Today I'll be talking about Betty Shabazz. Uh, she was the widow of Malcolm X, and who was burned badly in a fire at Yonkers home today, June 1st. Betty Shabazz grew up in Detroit, Michigan, where her foster parents largely sheltered her from racism. She attended the Tuskegee Institute in Alabama, where she had her first encounters with racism. Unhappy with the situation in Alabama, she moved to New York City, where she became a nurse. It was there that she met Malcolm X and in 1956 joined the Nation of Islam. The couple married in 1958. Along with her husband, Shabazz left the Nation of Islam in 1964. She witnessed his assassination up in the following year. Left the responsibilities of raising six daughters as a widow. Shabazz pursued higher education and went to work at a Medgar Evers College in Brooklyn, New York. That's all.
Thank you so much, Bree.
You're welcome. See you later.
Bye bye. Isn't she lovely? Okay, next on today's show, I will be introducing our next show. That being said, it's supposed to be transitioning. June 8th at 7 p.m., we will be having Miss Carol King, the mother of Rachel King, talking to us about the musings of a mourning mother. I think it is very important for us to come and watch what is happening. Please come out. You can tune in while you're driving, tune in while you're cooking, hear what she has to say, because I think it's absolutely horrific what happened to Rachel King. And we will not continue to silence Black women's voices anymore. It has happened for far too long. So, come out next Thursday to hear her mother speak. With that being said, we'll be ending the show a little bit early, but I just want to remind you all about the Youth Summit, which is July 22nd. Please come out. Please sign up. Last year we had a great time. It was we will have food. You will get community service hours for the youth who are in the Philadelphia School District. We have 4 speakers, and it is hosted by my sister. It will be held at the Bethana Community Center. So please come out, come and support. And finally, as you can see, today was our youth takeover. Um, and I feel like as a youth director, I want to change it up a little bit. So later next week, we will be releasing a form. And if you're interested in coming in and taking over Urban Facts, I believe it will be next month. Please fill out the form, something that you are interested in talking about. We might give you someone to interview for that Thursday, and you will be able to come and do what I'm doing. Um, so I think it's a good opportunity. So if you would like to do it, please fill out the form. I will release it later hopefully at the end of this week or the beginning of next week if you're interested in doing a youth takeover. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for your support and everything that you are doing. You are amazing, and I hope that you have a lovely day. Don't forget to smile. Goodbye.